What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode. My name is Dan, and I help people challenge their reality to build the life they desire with the power of their mind. There's a statement that is gaining more and more popularity as more and more people are going through the spiritual awakening. You create your own reality. Everybody understands this to a certain extent because of actions and free will, but how deep does this really go? Of course, you know you can make conscious decisions and act upon them or not. We're all aware of that. However, there are millions of things your body does by itself without you being conscious about it or even realizing it, like digesting food, healing wounds, making your heart beat, making your hair grow, etc. So my question to you here is, do you believe that on some level, your body is also affecting your reality without you even noticing it? Well, the short answer is yes, but let's go more into details about this. Before we do though, I'd like to give a huge shout out and thanks to Greg Braden for sharing this with the entire world. If you don't know who Greg Braden is, I highly suggest you follow him because you're missing out on so much about yourself and ancient cultures. Anyway, back to your body influencing your reality. There was one study done where they took a glass recipient and created a vacuum in it, so there was no air or no matter in it. The only thing remaining were photons. A photon is the basic unit that makes up all light. They are the smallest amount or quantum of electromagnetic energy and are always in motion. This is important because what they were trying to see was if the photons moved with any sort of pattern. Turns out they don't, they simply move randomly. Until a strand of DNA was introduced in the vacuum, human DNA, at which point the photons began to replicate the movement and shape of the human DNA. Why is this? Well, simply put, our DNA communicates with this electromagnetic energy because it produces the same type of energy called biophotons. Of course, this is overly simplified, and I'm not going to go into all the details of how this happens, but here's what I find interesting. If you've listened to my previous episodes, you know that by changing your state of being, which are your thoughts, your emotions, and your actions, or rather the intent behind your actions, you can consciously change the way your body functions and what genes are expressed and therefore your DNA structure. This means that by manipulating our state, we can change the communication that our biophotons have with the photons around us, changing their reaction as well. This is how our energy communicates with the energy all around us, being the quantum field of the universe, because we're a part of it. All the great leaders in human history agreed on one thing: we become what we think about. Well, yes and no. There's an extra layer in that. The thought of it alone won't cut it, because you think with your brain, and as I've said before, your brain is only the electrical signature in the quantum field, while your body is the magnetic signature in the quantum field. And the body has a secret weapon, and that is your heart. The energy that your heart produces is not only released through the entire body and outside, but it is also 5,000 times greater than the energy released by the brain. And that energy produces a ripple effect in the field. So your thoughts must align with your emotions if you want your message to the universe to be coherent. And of course, we've already talked about the fact that elevated emotions like love, abundance, wholeness, and gratitude have higher energy signatures than emotions like lust, fear, anger, or even desire, because their frequency of vibration is much higher. That is how you apply the law of vibration to reap the benefits of the law of attraction. You might not see the process with the naked eye, but the unfolding of your new life will be undeniable. Like energy attracts like energy. Only gold attracts gold. Lead doesn't attract gold. If you're a sad person, you're not happy amongst happy people. And if you're a happy person, you're not happy with the sad people who complain all the time. Your vibratory energy simply doesn't match, and you can feel it. If you stay long enough with them though, the energy will start affecting you and changing your own vibration. I've seen this happen more than once. And today, I'm much more careful about the people I allow into my life or spend time with. Did I have to cut people out of my life? Yes. Was it painful? Yes. But not nearly as painful as being in such a low vibration for years, spiraling down through horrible thoughts and feelings, making me so depressed that I felt like I never had any energy at all. But I'm a guy, so I can't show that. Would have been weak of me to show that it was affecting me, not knowing that I was in fact asking the universe for more of the same unconsciously. But this is what we're taught to do, by our parents, by movies, shows, etc. And I was trapped, stuck. I just couldn't get out of that situation because I thought the unknown would be even worse. Until I reached a point where I just had enough, and I asked myself, that's it? Is this really all there is to life? Just get a job, get a girlfriend that eventually becomes a wife, and just keep doing the same thing until I want to have kids? Well, I can tell you two things are for sure. Number one, I am not getting married. This could be a very long conversation, but I'm simply going to say that I don't get the point of it. I don't see any advantage in it. Number two, I don't know if I want to have kids, but I do not want to have kids because of boredom. I don't want to be a depressed dad because I know damn well that it would make me a terrible father. It sure as hell made me a terrible boyfriend, and at the same time, I thought it was all her fault. But I can recognize my mistakes today, and I have to say, if you're listening to this and you're a man, let me give you some advice. Don't hold back from emotions and feelings. You're not more of a man if you do that, quite the opposite, because you're actually hiding away from pain. And at the same time, you don't give yourself the opportunity to be happy. You simply lose your humanity. So eventually I decided to change paths, even if it's not the most common thing to do, but hey, I've never really done what's considered common. In fact, every time I do, I'm not the least bit happy. Was it easy? No, but it was so worth it. As I was breaking the habit of being in that state, slowly but surely I was discovering new things. It was a long process, but I'm glad I went through it. And that's the reason why I created this channel, to share all of this with you, so you don't have to go through the same mistakes and make the changes even faster or just with more information. My question to you now is, knowing that, whether you want it or not, your brain and body communicate with the universe, and that you can control that message, are you going to make the effort to do so? Or are you going to let your environment dictate that message and your own happiness and success? If your thoughts create your reality, why would you let a single one of them slip by if it isn't serving the future you want for yourself? I hope you enjoyed this episode and that it helps you better understand the way we communicate with our environment and the universe's quantum field, and how to use it to your advantage. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button and share this with your loved ones. You can also check out my sponsor's website. I'm sure there's something there that will pique your interest if you want to be healthy. And of course, don't hesitate to contact me via email or my social media accounts if you want more information, discounts, coaching, and follow-up on how to use everything, business inquiries, or even a collab. All the links are down in the description box. Thank you for listening, and thank you for your support. I'll see you on the next one. Peace, love, gratitude, and respect.